Beautiful San Miguel de Allende is known for its history and old worldly charm, but this city is an artist's dream come true. Everywhere you look, you find artisan boutiques, art galleries, libraries, cafes, and giant churches that are hundreds of years old. It's a hipster's paradise. High in the mountains of central Mexico sits a town that almost doesn't look real. Streets of worn cobblestone twist through rows of colorful colonial buildings, church towers rise above terracotta rooftops, and every corner seems to reveal something older, stranger, and more beautiful than the last. This is San Miguel de Allende. Founded more than 500 years ago, this historic town has survived wars, revolutions, economic collapse, and somehow emerged as one of the most fascinating and visually stunning destinations in all of Mexico. Today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known around the world for its architecture, its art scene, and a unique culture that blends deep Mexican history with a surprisingly international community. But San Miguel de Allende isn't just a place people come to see, it's a place people come to experience. In this documentary, we'll explore the winding cobblestone streets that make driving here an adventure all on their own. We'll walk through historic parks and plazas beneath one of the most famous churches in Mexico. We'll step inside centuries-old buildings that now house libraries, art galleries, cafes, and vibrant local businesses. And along the way, we'll uncover the stories that transformed this quiet colonial town into one of the most beloved destinations in the country. From historic architecture and artisan shops to hidden courtyards and everyday life in the city, this is a closer look at one of Mexico's most unique places. This is San Miguel de Allende. If you're from the United States and you're going to San Miguel de Allende, it is an absolute must that you go to the Biblioteca, or library, which is located downtown. This is a really impressive space with lots of room to lounge around and read some of your favorite English language books. Also, I can say that it definitely seemed like everyone there did speak a little English. So if you're still learning Spanish and afraid to try to speak Spanish in public, have no fears. The library is a place for learning. But if you're traveling abroad and looking to meet other people from the US, that's weird, but you can totally find that here. It's just a few blocks from the main plaza, tucked behind the steady rhythm of cafe chatter and church bells. It's the quiet, intellectual hearts of the city, the Biblioteca Pública de San Miguel de Allende. At first glance, it might look like just another colonial building. Thick stone walls, heavy wooden doors, the sort of place you'd expect to find centuries of stories hiding behind the entrance. And in a way, you would be right. But the story of this library is surprisingly modern and surprisingly international. The building itself actually dates back much further than the library. In 1734, it was founded as a home for abandoned or widowed women. Today, the library is much more than a place to borrow books. It's considered one of the largest privately funded public libraries in Mexico, and it holds one of the largest English-language book collections in Latin America, a reflection of the city's long connection with artists, students, and expatriates from around the world. The library has a very nice cafe with great service. My husband and I both decided to get the quiche, which was delicious. Mine had spinach, mushrooms, and goat cheese, and my husband had the ham and cheese. They both came with a side salad. Both meals were very inexpensive at only 150 pesos each, or about $9 USD. The seating felt like it was indoors, but it was actually open air as there was no ceiling. We sat in an atrium, and there was a really nice fountain in the middle of it all that produced a pleasant water trickling background noise. There are so many art galleries and other stores that you can buy locally made art in. It would be hard not to find yourself in one of these very unique businesses. They're somewhere in between an art shop and a gift shop. If you spend any amount of time wandering through the historic center of San Miguel de Allende, you'll quickly notice something about the storefronts here. Almost every door seems to lead to somewhere interesting. What might look like a quiet colonial facade from the street often opens into a colorful boutique, a tiny art gallery, or a shop filled with handcrafted goods from across Mexico. And that's not by accident. San Miguel has long had a reputation as an artist's town. In the mid-20th century, the city began attracting painters, sculptors, and art students from around the world. Institutions like the Instituto Allende and the Escuela de Bellas Artes helped turn the town into a hub for creativity, and over time, that artistic culture spilled directly into the local economy. Today, the gift shops and small businesses you see throughout the city are often run by local artisans or small family operations, many of whom specialize in traditional Mexican crafts. Walk down almost any cobblestone street and you'll find shops selling hand hand-painted ceramics from Guanajuato, woven textiles from Oaxaca, leather goods, silver jewelry, blown glass, and colorful folk art. One of the interesting things about shopping here is that many stores are tucked inside old colonial homes. Instead of large modern retail spaces, these businesses often occupy courtyards and rooms that may be hundreds of years old, which gives shopping in San Miguel a very different feel than the typical mall experience. You might step through a small wooden doorway and suddenly find yourself in a quiet stone courtyard filled with artisan stalls and galleries. Another factor that shapes the shopping scene here is the town's international community. Over the decades, San Miguel has attracted a large number of residents from the United States, Canada, and Europe, many of whom have opened galleries, design shops, or specialty stores. The result is a mix of traditional Mexican crafts alongside contemporary art, jewelry design, textiles, and imported goods that you might not expect to find in a small colonial town. And of course, the gift shops also play an important role in the local economy. Tourism is now one of San Miguel de Allende's main industries, and these small businesses are part of what gives the town its distinctive character. They're not just places to buy souvenirs, they're showcases for regional craftsmanship and creativity. So as you wander these narrow streets, it's worth taking a moment to step inside a few of those doors. Because in San Miguel de Allende, the real charm of the shops isn't just what's for sale. It's the sense that behind each storefront, there's a story, a craft, and sometimes even a centuries-old building quietly continuing its next chapter. But this isn't the only culture to be had in this amazing city. The architecture in San Miguel de Allende is some of the most beautiful you'll ever see. One of the very first things you'll notice when walking through San Miguel de Allende isn't just the history, it's the architecture. The city almost feels like an open-air museum, where nearly every building looks like it belongs in a painting, and in many ways, that's exactly how the town evolved. Much of the architecture here dates back to the 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries, when San Miguel was an important stop along the silver trade route connecting the rich mining cities of Guanajuato with Mexico City. At the time, wealth from the mining industry flowed through the region, and that money found its way into the construction of churches, mansions, courtyards, and civic buildings that still define the city today. What makes San Miguel's architecture especially distinctive is its blend of Spanish colonial style, particularly Baroque and neoclassical influences, combined with practical adaptations to the local climate. Thick stone or adobe walls help regulate temperature. Interior courtyards allow air to circulate, and nearly every building seems to have a hidden patio or garden tucked behind its street-facing walls. But the most recognizable landmark in the entire city, the one that shows up in almost every postcard, is the towering pink spires of the Parroquia de San Miguel Arcángel. Interestingly enough, those dramatic, Gothic-looking towers are actually a bit of an architectural illusion. The church itself was originally built in the 1600s in a more traditional colonial style, but in the late 19th century, a local stonesman named Zeferina Gutierrez redesigned the facade. Legend has it that he based the design on postcards of European Gothic cathedrals, creating the fantastical pink towers that now dominate the skyline. And that skyline, by the way, is not an accident. One of the reasons San Miguel looks so cohesive today is because the historic center has been heavily protected. Strict preservation laws limit modern construction and regulate building heights, materials, and even paint colors. As a result, the city has managed to retain an architectural identity that many historic towns around the world have slowly lost. It's also one of the reasons UNESCO designated San Miguel de Allende a World Heritage Site. The combination of preserved colonial buildings, historic churches, narrow cobblestone streets, and dramatic natural surroundings creates a cityscape that feels remarkably intact, even centuries after it was first built. And perhaps the best way to experience it is simply to wander. Because in San Miguel de Allende, every corner reveals something new. A carved wooden door that's older than most countries, a hidden courtyard filled with bougainvilleas, or a centuries-old stone wall that has quietly watched generations pass by. Here, the architecture doesn't just decorate the city, it tells its story. If you've made it this far, please like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment telling me where you're from. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.